Hey there team, and welcome to a 4 versus 3 Siege of Dale. I want to state right now at the start, and I will state it again after the army run through, just for anybody that has skipped through it, this battle does not have an ending screen. I'm told that it does end in a very certain manner, but I've not gone all the way through to know that. Of course, I like to make sure that the first time I go through it is the time that I actually do the recording. So hopefully, I'm sure it is. Bilbo's not let me down yet, so I'm sure it's dandy. So for anybody that does really like those ending battle screens, I'm sorry. You know, if somebody out there has this ending battle screen, I'd really appreciate it. If you saved it somewhere, then that would be great, and please post in the comments. I'll pin the comment, and that'll be awesome. So, zooming through his army anyway, we have Erebor. So he's got his Ironfoot crossbows and his Blackcloak engineers, Dragon Slayers there, a nice, well, Ironfoot warriors, pikes, then some more pikes. Forward there, Catapult, Axeguard, warriors, Sons of Durin, Legionnaires, warriors, Axeguard, and Legionnaires. Pretty balanced force, nothing too fancy, but Erebor is pretty good for just a nice balanced army, I'd say. You can take, you know, your Hammer Guard and such, which for Dale, I would sometimes recommend that, because the defenders can sally out and be quite effective on these flat grounds here, as I think we've seen in the last Erebor battle that I just posted. So it's a similar sort of layout to that. And grabbing a unit of Hammer Guard will shut that down real quick. There's not really any cavalry units that can comfortably go toe-to-toe with the Hammer Guard. Anyway, we've got Sir Sprincelot over here playing as Imladris. So he's got his Imladris sentries and his Gwathi Meridain with that armor upgrade. Yes, definitely. But in front of them, some Eldrimwe Spears, Eldrimwe Archers, and Swordmasters. Imladris Guardians there with that armor upgrade, backing up some Archers of Rivendell, sorry. Up the front, Swords of Rivendell. No armor upgrade for the Swords of Rivendell, so they do have that little shield, but I hope they do not get shot up. Actually, sorry. Armor upgrade. Yeah, good. The Swords of Rivendell do have that armor upgrade, which is going to help them out a good bit. Yes, there and there. Nice. Then, zooming on over here to Khand, we have... no, sorry, similar color, but no, this is the Dwarves of Khazad, played by Zulu. Who I've not seen before. Might be a temporary name of somebody. We'll see how they play. The Orc Hunters of Khazad, warriors behind them, and then the sentries back, lining up alongside the 3rd Legion. So usually when you see somebody do this, they at least do know they've played a few battles. So I do suspect this is a temporary name. This is not some random dude. Then 2nd Legion Axeguard behind them, with the Khazad Reclaimers, Guards of Khazad, and the Mithril Guard there. He's actually leaving behind his siege towers because they are unnecessary here. Then coming on around here now, we have Angmar, played by Average Trash. Hopefully he will not play like trash today. He's got his Barrow Wights up front with their Ram, Guardians of Carndom, more Barrow Wights, and Orkfellers with some Angmar Marauders. Then Angmar Marauders, Good or Bad Guard, Blackwatch Legion, Good and Bad Guard, Double Halberd, Double Pike, Hammer Guard, Scourge Raiders, and Trolls of Angmar. Now we'll see what the defenders have on the agenda here, because what we're seeing here, of course, we're not on maximum unit scale. That's something that people would likely have noticed already. But also, it feels like the money's slightly less. Maybe I'm just a bit silly because I don't play as Erebor and Khazad and Imladris too much. So I would accept like not really knowing just how many men they had for a standard sort of money amount. But looking at that Angmar army, it just feels a little bit small. But there could be some hidden units. Yeah, definitely some hidden Snaga Stalkers. Maybe that's why. But yeah, either way, I'd hope any 3v4 that the defenders will try to hold the outer wall. Usually a 3v5 scenario, I'm very understanding if the defenders choose to immediately fall back. It's a tough situation to hold those outer walls. It's a very big wall to hold when you're outnumbered that badly. Even with your skill, it can be too much. So, but in a 3v5, you know, I'd like to see them give it a try. We've got Microley He's got his Mithlon pikes there playing against Lindon. Mithlon sword masters. Then here, Marines, sword masters, and Marines. Then up here, Kindred of Celeborn from Ahmed. Yep, playing as Lothlorien, of course. He's got his Realm of... Oh, sorry. No, Realm of Lothlorien. He's got Lorenan Spears and Lorenan Warriors. Then, oh yeah, I can't remember how I said this guy, Zat before, I think was how I just said his name. Anyway, we've got Lothlorien here. Again, so double Lothlorien and a Lindon. So that's interesting. It's going to be tough. Then Staff Masters. I adore Staff Masters. That's something I don't play Lothlorien very much, just because I don't really care for the. It just is not the playstyle I like to use. But Staff Masters are something I adore. Absolutely love the guys. And giving them the armor upgrade doesn't do much, but it's just a little bit nice. Yeah, basically like they're Barrow Whites. Just don't get them shot at. Then they're better than Barrow Whites too, actually. Woodland Protectors and Lorenan Archers behind them. Lorenan Warriors, again, more Staff Masters. I really appreciate that. And Blade Masters. Then Lorenan Warriors. And up here we have the Lorenan Archers coming around the walls. More pikes and more pikes. Right. We'll see Harlenden Guard there. They're in that weird formation because there was a unit here that's been moved away. And Sword Masters. Coming on around the back. More Blade Masters. Lots of Galadhrim Blade Masters. And Axemen. Woodland Protectors. Yeah, it looks like Ahmed is holding this back line, which I think I would definitely do. I would elect one person to do that. And we saw as well he has sent some units down to the other side too. So I like that. Lorenan Warriors, Staff Masters, Spearmen, and Spearmen. So great. Yeah, I love the use of Staff Masters because it's something that most players just don't do. So I'm chuffed to see how they do. Lorenan Sword Masters and Warriors there. Guardians, ready in the back lines. Blade Masters, Rangers, Watchers, and Kindred. Then Blade Masters and some Sword Masters. Lots of Sword Masters there, jeepers. Yeah, okay, yeah, 3 units of Sword Masters. So, Guardians inside there too, and Marines, Blade Masters, Harlenden Guard, and Noldor Guard. So, we will start it off there. 2 more Noldor Guard, of course. And I'll state this again for anybody that has just skipped ahead. This battle does not have an enemy battle screen. I'm told that it does end up, well, I'm told that, you know, it does have a decisive ending, but we do not actually get the ending of it. So awfully sorry about that. If anybody out there does have the actual ending screen, then please, you know, post it in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. I don't mind if you do send me one of these ones that doesn't end, but please give me the screenshot of like when the battle ended, and let me know. Like Bilbo did let me know. Like that's yeah, that is something good of him. So that means I can actually show you guys at the start, so you don't get upset. You don't sit through the whole thing, because I do understand that frustration. You do sit through the whole battle, and then it's like, oh wait, you don't actually know what kills these units got. So it's a bit upsetting. Anyway, it does look like Lindon is going to make a go for defending the outer walls. Now, this is something. There's 2 things about the lower unit scale here. It means that they're going to get a much more effective street battle possibility going on here. But it does mean, I'm actually going to go to 0.8, I think, yeah, just to make sure we catch everything. But it does mean that they don't really have the numbers they can't actually have the combat width to hold the entire walls. Woodland Protectors coming on out, I think that might have been a misclick. Or maybe not. There's no cav. Yeah, there's no cav out here, so feel free to just like maybe muck about. Your Elven speed is definitely going to outrun these dwarves, so yeah, I would maybe be tempted to come out and just volley fire with my jabs right into the face of these pikes, but you should get other options later on, so maybe it's unnecessary to do that. Orc Fellers there, Guardians of Carndom again, and the Barrow Whites in the back pushing up that ram. They could shrug off those towers, arrows all day, really. And then Zulu from his Khazad forces. Of course, he's not too worried about his stat. There's actually no cav full stop. Yeah, no, nothing from the defenders and nothing from the attackers. So good play from the, well, lucky for the attackers, really, that they've not wasted any money on bringing melee cavalry to counter an enemy cav force. So Sir Sprincelot is really quite aggressive here, which I really appreciate that on Dale, when you just want to jump up there as fast as you can with these forces, just to shred them. Now, oh yeah, what was I thinking? So we've got Lothlorien and Lindon on the defense. Then we've got double dwarves, and an elf and an orc on the attack. If it wasn't for Imladris, maybe this could be quite easy to think up a story for. I still think it's possible. You know, we do have the Elves of Imladris, or they could just be. They don't have to, of course, be the Elves of Imladris. They can just sort of be these very well experienced elves that, for some reason, have sided with the dwarves and orcs in this case to strike at these other elves. But yeah, no, it does make it definitely a bit more tough. Elves are. It's tough to be a mercenary elf. But it's that, or it's some sort of other grudge that they have to settle personally, and they're jumping onto this siege force in order to do that. An issue with charging out here, though, is of course you get shot by the enemy crossbows. So, as much as I really did want the defenders to hold these outer walls, I really did like that idea, and I think that when you are in a 3v4 scenario, that is something that you should try to do. I don't think that they're going to be able to do it just because of these unit sizes. I think you can't cover as much of the wall with your smaller units. Like you can see here, they got jumped at from all the way over there, but yeah, they just can't stretch far enough out. I think if you're going to defend the outer wall, it really is something you've got to do pretty hard, and it's just not really it's not going to work out for the defenders here. They're just too thin on the ground. The Guardians of Carndum. Swordmasters should like slowly win that, but then they're going to get backstabbed by another unit of Guardians, and that's not going to be pretty. So I would definitely. Oh, you can get these guys and shoot them. Yeah, well, you'll be shooting these guys on their right side too, so their shields won't be able to do anything. Especially if you were to be able to move, like scrunch up in that corner, you can shoot them quite nicely. That might still come right into their front, to be honest. If you're shooting Guardians of Carndum right in the front, then that's not going to do anything. They've got some good armor on them, and they've got some good shields. How are these Swords of Rivendell doing, anyway? I do appreciate Sir Sprincelot's aggression here, but you know, it needs to be followed the whole way around. Yeah, he's gained control of these walls, so he needs to get his archers up here now. Now that he's dominated the walls, if you jump up an archer unit here, you've got clear shots on them. And I think we do have archers coming up. Sentinels, the rest of the forces are advancing now. So there are a lot of new players here. That's Bilbo sent this one to me a long time ago. So this is, yeah, I'm making my way through it all. But, so, you know, he was pretty new at this point, and we've got a lot of names that I just don't recognize, or names of people that haven't really been around for too long at this point. So there are going to be a lot of moments where people mess up. And hopefully I'll try and maybe even pause it and try and use this as a bit of a teaching experience, but we'll get round to that when we get round to it. These Axguard are going to be absolutely brutalized by the Staff Masters. Actually, I don't think they will, but it's going to take them a very long time to beat through that. And to be honest, I think the Staff Masters will win. Staff Masters, even though they do, I think they've got one attack. Hopefully if they've been given an armor upgrade, they bloody well should be given a melee upgrade too. So they've got like 2 attack, but it's an armor piercing attack. You know, that's a nice blunt staff. I play of course a lot of Mountain Blade, and in Mountain Blade Warband I use a staff, just a quarterstaff. Sometimes hopefully I'll upgrade it to like the iron staff at some stage, but it's still just an iron quarterstaff. And the good thing about that is it's blunt weapon damage, which I really like, and so you don't really get pestered by just your heads bouncing off a heavily armored opponent. But no, and it's also because I make very weak characters. I'm a charisma guy. Oh, I had a cat under my bed. Alright, she's trying to escape, so I better pause the video for moments. It always does shock me when I've suddenly got a cat that crawls out from under my bed or something like that, and I just didn't know they were there. Harlingard's still holding fire, right? So yeah, Microlate, he's definitely like a newer player. So, but what you can do here, this is not just for him, but for any newer guy or anybody that doesn't really play Reforged. Grab your boys and scrunch them up on this side. The walls on Dale are a little bit buggy. They're good. They're damn good, but sometimes they don't really do exactly what you want. But when you're firing like this, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you gather them up right here, and then. Oh, even you could shoot these guys in the back. You wouldn't even have to move them. You could shoot them in the back. And yeah, like shooting from wall to wall is an amazing way to sort of use your guys. Mythalon Marines here. Now, they're coming up to stop the Barrow Wights. Decent enough. They'll hold them back, and they will actually kill quite a few of them. But what you want is an AP unit here to go toe-to-toe with the Barrow-wights. They can quite efficiently kill them. The Mithril Marines, they're definitely not going to win that fight, but it's going to take a very long while for anything to happen there. This poor guy at the back just getting yeeted. And yeah, the Angmar Marauders, it's allowing the Angmar Marauders to get around and then crush them. Mithlond pikes there. Yeah, the outer walls have been lost here now, so we need to fall back entirely. What we got? 11 for 6. So the attackers are down at this point. Erebor Legionnaires going toe-to-toe with the Lornand Warriors. How is this fight going? I would be in favour of the Erebor Legionnaires to win that, and they're locked morale anyway, so they're always going to stand and fight here. The AP, though, of the Lornand Warriors is going to do some good work, and the Erebor Legionnaires are not going to come out of that fine and dandy. Axguard are actually doing a lot better than I thought they would have against these Staff Masters. That's a surprise to me. Alright, no. Especially considering they're getting a little bit of support from that tower too. I'm hoping that I don't eat my words here. I'm hoping the Staff Masters do end up doing really quite well there. But, oh well, maybe not. Maybe I just don't see enough of the Staff Masters to properly gauge how good they are. I just enjoy using them. Ironfoot Warriors trying to break on through here, though. They're going to be getting stopped by those Staff Masters for a while. I think it's like 30 defense those Staff Masters have, and that's just about all of that is defensive skill. So AP, be damned. But yeah, what we've got here, just a lot of Ironfoot Warriors. If you had an Ironfoot Spear, you could easily, well, even it's just a few guys thick there. So what you can maybe do is just push on through. Like, what you want to do is push on through and then get in behind them, slam them in the back then. And over here, Lornand Warriors, yeah, they'll do all right. It's just heavy AP up against heavy AP, but looks like the Lornand boys are struggling. And yet, I think once the call to retreat is beginning, you need to come back from all angles, really. Lots of Sons of Durin actually dropped there. That's surprising to me, and they're still sitting there taking arrow fire. Gotta be careful about that. Mithlond Marines going toe-to-toe with a few of these Swords of Rivendell who have actually pushed down off the walls now and are engaging them in the open. Now this is really where you want to get control of those walls. These archers are shooting up and over by Sir Sprints a lot, and that's not what you want. They are very, very inaccurate here. Actually, they're hitting. They are elves at the end of the day, but you could be getting them running up onto this wall where they would get a perfect rear shot into these guys, or further ahead, just anything you really want. Claim that you've fought for the walls, use the walls. That's a big thing. Don't just have this muddy fight in the streets. Which is to say, this is what is being allowed because they have these smaller unit sizes. Noldor and Guard going toe-to-toe with Imladris forces is quite something. That is just exceptional skill and armor up against exceptional skill and armor. That's pretty cool. You don't see that too often. A lot of jabs being allowed from Microley here. Yeah, grab one of these Swords of Rivendell, stab him in the back. And but I think that entire unit, yeah, that's like all one unit. Really, there's 15 guys there, but now they're stopped by the Swordmasters, yeah. So if they turn around and stab them, he's running around there, so he's been blocked. So this is sort of, I'm sort of trying to turn this into a bit of a teaching experiment, not the same sort of overview as I normally do. But hopefully it's still entertaining enough. Ironfoot Warriors coming on down there now to finish off this job up against the few Lornand Warriors that remain. The Staff Master's been spread out entirely now, doing their best, but yeah, that is a pretty overwhelming push at this point. Yeah, it's a bit of a break there. Galathrin Blade Masters running on by. Yeah, we need to fall back, which I think we are sort of in the process of doing. I've not actually looked at what's going on the other side, sorry about that, but oh, not a lot right now. Right, you see, so I get he's had to break through one door, and now he's got to come up and break through another, so I get why it's taking him a bit of time, but like, we need to move, Zulu. Lucky for him though, Ahmed looked like he kind of wasted a volley or two. He's held his fire now, which is good, because yeah, you don't want to be using your ammunition here. To be honest, this wall is really quite tough. Alright, what is he firing at? I just don't think... Yeah, nah, nothing here is really... Even with sort of the good accuracy of the Lornand archers, it's not going to be enough. Like Cheaper's sake, they're firing up high. Coming down on top of this swarm. A few arrows here and there hitting. A few guys actually burning down there. Good stuff, but no. Hold your fire. Wait until... What you want to do with these archers is get them down off the wall and place them here. And wait for them to come in. You've set your men up, like, in this formation ready for that. So that the dwarves are going to come on in, and you've got, like, this little death blob then. That's what you're going to pour your arrows into. So you've got this perfect slope to do that. So hold your fire there. Position your guys differently. But, yeah, that's all there is to it, really. Then, over here, yeah, a few guys ready to support them. Gotta be a little bit further back from that gate in order to make sure that they can't just flood straight on in. Don't want to offer them that. We're going to go to 1 times speed again. Swords of Rivendell going toe-to-toe with the Mithlond Marines again. Swords of Rivendell just very outnumbered now. Do we have the... we've got Imladris Guardians, Gwathi Meridain ready to come on forward, and then the Elder Imwe guys who are holding their fire. Nuratino Warriors, you are as well. Looks like the Archers of Rivendell have been thrown on into the fight. And, oh god, looks like they've... No, those are Swords of Rivendell. Oh no, these are Archers of Rivendell. They're coming on in. Getting a back... No, those are his own men. Yeah, just surrounding what's left of the Lindon men. But all the while, these towers are going to be pecking away at them. Because they are being activated by the guys inside. What we got? Yeah, nice little stab from him. Mithlond Marines used up their ammo. I'm pretty sure they've used up all their ammo by this point, so that's not too bad. But they're just going to have so much trouble getting through the armor and the skill. Well, yeah, the skill especially of the Elder Imwe Swordmasters. It's going to be too much for them. What we got? A few Lornan men breaking there, just overwhelming numbers of dwarves around them. Yep, okay, it's good. So we have got that northern gate busted open. So we'll have a look and see how Zulu wants to handle that. What we have percentages? 23 for 22. Certainly not a bad place for the attackers to be in. It's not. Yeah, it's fine really. You'd want to be perfect really. For taking the first layer of defenses. Trolls of Angmar standing by, a bit bloodied, but looking okay. Average Trash has his snag of archers, still with their bows out. It can be tough for them to sort of really find a target now. We do have the catapult from Bilbo, which hasn't really used up any of its ammo, so you're going to want to take that up. As for Dale, busting a hole here is nice. And busting a hole, I find busting a hole here is pretty much required. If you're going to be taking this outer layer, any additional damage you can do to the wall is fine. But with the entire stack of catapult ammunition, I find you can reliably take out 2 sections of wall. That's from what I've seen anyway. Taking out a third one is a bit, usually not going to happen. Imladris Guardians taking this section now, and a few Swords of Rivendell remaining. So, Sir Sprincelot has done quite nicely here. Like, he has killed quite a lot of the Lindon men. He has taken a beating for it, but I do appreciate that he has used his solid units right off the bat. Like, he hasn't just relied on his militia forces to get until they've all died before he supports them. A little backstab there, that'll break them. Good stuff from Bilbo there, just smashing them down. And, grab up those retreating forces. But yeah, it's all just time now, and that's the thing about Dale. You're constantly on the clock. Oh, right. Well, Angmar is not wanting to be on the clock for too much longer, so he's actually come slamming on in. I thought they would wait a minute. I thought they would wait until they sort of broke a hole down first. But no, the Angmar halberds are in, and they're doing quite a good job because there's no phalanx to really go toe-to-toe with them. What do we really need here? Guardians would be fantastic, but like that would maybe be a bit of overkill. I think the issue is all of those Lindon pikes. I don't think did they get out? Some died here. I don't know. Hopefully those Lindon pikes did make it out of here, and then they would be very useful here now. A few Mithlond Swordmasters just jammed in the corner there. They will be sliced apart. Bilbo trying to rush on forward. Make use of Average Trash's initial assault. It's starting to get a bit dicey now. There's some good fire arrow use. They can sort of shoot through that a bit. That's fine. They can shoot through this section here, just so you know, so you can actually pull off quite a nice shot down onto there. In addition to that, here is a good position on Dale for when you're on the defense. You can get a lot of work done, sort of, if the enemy does burst open that wall, which is very common, and then also the main gate. So we do need this gate busted open now, because Angmar is not slowing down. Do we have a... Yeah, we've got this ram. You can go pick up that ram and get that smashed on in. Of course, you cannot use ladders or... Actually, I think you can use ladders on this, but Dale does not allow you to bring ladders to the fight, so that's a problem. Usually, though, at least I remember from my standard medieval 2 days, you can use your ladders in the inner walls. You just can't use siege towers in the inner walls, even if you sort of give yourself an access route for them. So average trash is just burning here by this fire arrow damage, and as bad as that is, he is sacrificing himself for arguably the higher quality Imladris and higher quality Erebor troops. So we can appreciate that, especially those guards of, Gunnabad guards, who will shrug off that damage very, very nicely. Second Legion Axe Guard there, smashing one in. Yeah, they'll do okay up against the spears, but those spears have a lot of defensive skill to shrug off that damage anyway, not just relying on that armor. But yeah, Zulu's got a tough situation here, because he does just have one access route. If anybody can do that, though, it is Khazad. And up against the softer elves of Lothlorien. Lothlorien's not got bad forces, though. They are kind of the higher of the two wood elf factions, I find. A few staff masters mixed in amongst them, just sort of parrying away every hit that comes their way. And of course armor piercing, as I keep saying, with their little staffs poking and prodding away, and or smacking away, I should say. Woodland protectors pulled back. You see, so. Right, this is basically where you'd want your archers, maybe even a little bit further. I'd say I think here is the perfect place, especially if you've got that elven accuracy. You don't have to be so close. You can be a little bit further back, and you're not going to really be racking up too much friendly fire. Issue is, of course, just watch out for the fire arrow damage, because that is, the occasional friendly fire hit from fire arrows. Yeah, like what we're getting here, is going to hurt your morale just as it does the enemies. But when you've got elves of this nature on the defense, it's not so much of a thing to worry about. 34% for 30, still not a bad situation to be in, but the defenders are using that ammunition now. Oh god, Wardens of Elostirian actually running out of their ammunition, so they might have... Oh wait, maybe not. They've got their bows out here. No, because there's no... They must have used up their ammo. It's the only way they could have pulled out their swords. There's nothing for them to touch. But yeah... could have been fired up and over. As I say, it might just be a newer player doesn't really know about body piercing, so that's all right. Oh, that was a shake. Yep, this wall is coming down, which is good. As I say, I think usually that's what you see. This wall and this wall are the two sections that should be taken down in a siege of Dale. But it's always good to shake it up. One, for my sake, my sanity, so that I don't see the same battle every time, but also because it's good to shake it up in terms of the defenders, especially an experienced defender who's defended Dale dozens of times at this point. He knows, he's got his plan, he's got his army composition, he knows exactly where he's going to use each unit and how he's going to use each unit. So then you come in, you're like, wait, I'm going to come in a different way. It might not be the most effective way to come in, but it's a different way, and it can throw him. Which is sometimes what you want to do. A lot of arrows coming up and over from the Snaga archers and goblin trackers there. Yeah, like, it is what it is. He's going to be racking up a few kills shooting these guys in the back. But he's not really going for too many archers. He's got, what, 2 units of goblin trackers, a Snaga archer, and I think that's it. Fair enough. Like, Angmar's archers are really cheap, but, like, I'd probably just go for 2 archers as Angmar. Not that he's really wasted money grabbing 1 extra unit of Snaga archers. It's not like too big a loss for him. Barrow-wights coming on in now. They're a bit exhausted. They have been taking their time getting up to the front, and probably running a bit, fighting a little bit too. But once they get here, there's not really any AP to hold them back. There's a lot of skill, a lot of good high damage elven units, but there's not really any AP. I do like if average trash keeps this pressure up, backed up by a little bit of Bilbo Baggins forces, maybe like as soon as that hole is broken through, they can flood on in and kind of throw them aside a bit. Really spook these defenders. No pressure being applied here yet. They have broken open the gate though. But Sir Sprincelot has taken a fair bit of damage. Saying that, His quality is still alive. He's lost a lot of his Swords of Rivendell, but his real like Imladris Guardians and such, they're still kicking. Now what are we doing over here? Some good pressure being applied, but the Woodland Protector ammunition is being used well by Ahmed. As much as I didn't really like how he used his archers earlier, this is coming in hot and very, very well. Especially even some of these guys are getting hit on the right side, so those shields are not being useful here. It's just coming straight into their Dwarven armor, which a nice armor-piercing javelin is going to work wonders against. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, especially when you get these sorts of situations where you are applying pressure to one side of an attacking force, and that's kind of blocking them in place. You can't really run through and run away from these guys. But it just allows this perfect. And even if they did, this unit of Staff Masters would catch you. So no, I like that. But no, Zulu is in a pretty tough spot here. But if he can just keep the attention, that's kind of what the whole northern attack is about. You're just keeping their focus here. Usually, if you are going to break through in the north, it's not going to be for a little while. Yeah, it takes a good bit of time, unless you're willing to wait. 3 units of Orc Hunters. Maybe that's a little bit too many arrows. Same with Angmar, maybe like just 2. But saying that, the Orc Hunters pretty damn good in a melee engagement after. But I don't know if they're going to get that melee engagement. It's risky, but what you can sometimes pull off is just running straight on through, and if your boys path find very nicely, they can just sprint around there and get straight in that gate, and then you claim the walls. Which, if you want to play that way, you can. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Get it done, but no. It's an idea. So these guys did actually have their ammunition left. That's good to see. Barrow-wights coming on forward. Actually, I think victory is certain. As I said, there's no melee AP, so nothing's really doing damage to them. Galadhrim Blade Masters came over here to block this up, but they've taken fire for it, but it looks like Ironfoot crossbows. Yeah, of course, you'd want to go up against a more heavily armored unit, but when you've got a good quality unit, sometimes that's good enough for me, you know? Especially an unshielded good quality unit. Why not? Just unload your crossbows at it. They can receive an armor upgrade, those Blade Masters. I can't actually remember. I don't think that they have there, though. Can't remember what they look like when they have received it. So this sturdy pike line is holding it quite nicely, because, yeah, the Noldor Guard are more than capable of going toe-to-toe with the Imladris Guardians, and the Mithlond Pikes are able to hold back, at least it seems, hold back the Imladris Sentries. Certainly not as good as the Imladris Sentries, but they're doing alright against it. Oh, that's kind of nice too. Maybe we'll grab that as an extra too. See what we want to do later.
Only half our force remains.
Only half of the dwarves. I like that. Only half of the dwarves remain, and we've gotten to 50% of the total casualties at that point. Anyway, too. That's cool. Eldarin archers looks like they've used up their ammunition now. They're coming on forward. Gonna be a menace in that fight for sure. Good Eldarin units. Still got a lot of forces left though. The Gwathi Maraudane, they've taken a bit of a beating, but they're still doing okay. 33 of them. Actually, don't know how many there are in this unit scale. That's kind of the thing. Oh, I like that a lot. There's one staff master here. I'm surprised that's okay. Yep, yeah, he's killing them. But the problem is he's killing them so slowly. But in addition to that, if this entire don't run away. Oh, is that no? I guess he's wanting to backstab the pikes, but I'd be happy enough to just sit and interfere with this, because there's nothing. Bilbo doesn't have. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of units that could come in to like stop you, but in reality, like, yeah, this is where you're gonna get the most kills, and this is where you'll do sort of the most work, because you're just stopping them from using their catapult. Whereas he's just run up there and just been butchered by that pikeman. It's not. Yeah, because fighting pikes 1-on-1, no problem, but fighting pikes 30 to 1, no, you're gonna get ripped apart. The attackers have made some good ground now. Let's excuse them on in and see what's going on. Yeah, attackers have made some decent ground. Noldor and Blade Masters might be able to stop that though. Like, armor piercing or not, they will tear through Barrow-wights. For Lindon Marines, they've used up their ammo. God damn it, I talked about it a lot in the last battle. I adore the Lindon units. I think they're like, it's just the helmet. It's just, yeah, it's such a cool helmet. If I was to like have one like helmet from this game, it'd probably be like a Lindon Marines helmet. I'd have to think. Maybe I'm wrong in that. Yeah, I don't want to say that right now. Sure. What about an Angmar? Oh, they don't actually wear helmets. Rip. But yeah, no, I don't know. they're definitely up there. There might be another. A lot of dull Armroth units might be what takes it. So they're pushing on in. There's no longer really any range units to come at them. All the while, towers are going to be opening up. These Lornad archers still have ammo. They're getting really close. That's too close now. See, the thing as well, you got the range. Get up on this wall and just fire into them. That's a good shot too. To get up on that wall, to be honest, actually, you've got to enter the tower here and run all the way around. So maybe that's not what you want to do. Actually, sorry, I'm retarded. You can just jump in here and come around. There you go. Yeah, didn't notice that one. But yeah, we do need some fire because Zulu's turned this around. His pikes have come on in. There's not really any pikes to stop him. Lothlorien only really has one pike unit. It looks like Ahmed is trying to run through these guys. I think that's all he can really do, but he's going to take some losses doing it. He's going to mess up the unit. It's going to be very sort of troublesome, and it's going to take time. I think you need these sword masters to come in this side now too. The Mithril Guard are there, dude. Damn. Yeah. Okay, that went from being very good to very messy. So I would say I'd be really tempted if I was Ahmed to just get some of these, like the Kindred down there. The Kindred are not going to get a better shot. The Kindred's best shot is going to be here. The Kindred need to be unloading their damage there. Same with the Watchers, really. That's the best shot that they're going to get. Well, to be honest, the Watchers... The thing about the Watchers that I like is that they are so accurate that you can just get them... They can fire up and over accurately. So that's always a tempting thing to do. We actually have the Lindon General on the front lines here. It's proving effective, but I wouldn't want to see him die. Scourge Raiders around now. Oh, ripping apart those poor Marines. And now, see, I wouldn't have run away. You need to stop them, because they're going to come on in and volley fire the back of your Noldor Blade Masters, and rightly so. Yeah, so I don't know why he doesn't want to be retreating those Marines. He needs to get those Marines in to stop them. They're not going to kill them. The Marines are going to get ripped apart, but you need something to save your Noldor Blade Masters. And yeah, Ironfoot crossbows are here. I guess he's just sacrificing that area, and he's just like, no, the Blade Masters are unsavable, which isn't really true. The Blade Masters are fast. They can outrun that force. A lot of fire coming from somewhere. Rangers there, Cairn Amroth Rangers. Looks like they've actually got a really good shot. How's that coming in? It's going to be coming in the right side. That's good. Not like, it's not god tier or anything, but you know, we're getting like 2 hits per shot. It's okay. I'd maybe hold fire still. Just wait for something a bit better, but well, no, it's all right. Lornan archers did make it through, but is it a bit too late? You know, the Khazad forces have already gone through now. A few blade masters on this side, but yeah, it's not going to be long before Zulu does just grab some of these units and pushes in to chase you out. Sword masters can come in to block it up for a minute, but not too long. Yeah, no, Galadhrim blade masters doing the best they can. Towers, as I say, constantly just pecking away, just a little bit of damage. And you know, I saw in one battle, like, you know, the towers do rack up kills, like, especially if the defenders are a bit slow. Well, sorry, attackers are a bit slow. Then it's rough. Yeah, blade masters pulled out. That's good. And the Angmar halberds are actually routing after that, so that's good. Set up here now. Those towers are still firing. Those towers will keep. Actually, I'm surprised that those towers are firing. Are they? No, like this tower and this tower will keep firing as long as those men are on the walls. And as long as men are nearby. Right, crossbows. Again, I get that. Yeah, firing into the Wardens of Elistarion. Personally, I would prefer just get an infantry unit over there to deal with them. I think that there is enough infantry to go and sort it out. Battle on the wall here, as the Archers of Rivendell go toe-to-toe with the Heartland Guard. Heartland Guard may suffer from that Spear Malice, but I feel Heartland Guard are like dedicated, like they are like hybrid units in my mind. I think their stats are a good bit better than oh, there are a few Imladris Guardians mixed in amongst them. Yeah, that might be enough to change it. We'll see though. It still is an Elven Spearman at the end of the day. It's not, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Nuritino Warriors back here, still with ammo. Oh dearie me, I don't know. Like, so what are we at? 69 for 61. So now it's a bit shaky. It's a bit shaky now where the defenders are, well, the attackers being down this far. But what I like is, even though the attackers, sorry, have lost so much, there's still such a there's still a very beefy Dwarven force from Zulu. That however, was me spotting that a lot of it is made up of Orc Hunters. Now, right, let me think. So Orc Hunters, they can get on this wall, they can climb around. Could they... Nah, that shot's not really... Yeah, they could maybe... You could get here, and you could fire in a decent arc into these guys, I feel. That wouldn't be an up and over shot. Okay, maybe that's too far though. Maybe that range is a bit too much for me to... I might be getting ahead of myself again. Well, I'm just trying to spot things, trying to think about like what I would maybe do. Blackwatch Legion, yeah, great. Blackwatch Legion coming in to shut down those wardens. That's great. Don't want to waste any more ammunition on them. It's pointless. Get your crossbows around and get those guardians dead. If the defenders want to sit and be passive like this, which I understand they're thinking, but this is just not something you can really do as elves. You can do this as orcs, you can do this as dwarves, and even, well, and definitely Western Kingdoms of Men, with a beefier unit, like larger unit, of heavily armoured shieldsmen. You know, you can sit and you can just take punishment. You do not want to sit and take punishment with your guardians. That's really painful, and this could be, you know, this could really be a big time turning point. Now, for Lindon Marines, if you wanted to sacrifice somebody, put the 4 Lindon Marines up in front. You know, put the Harlingen Guard up front, because at least they've got a shield. And Woodland Protectors too. You can't just sit there and take that crossbow fire to your guardians. That's the perfect target for crossbows. We do have some towers opening up as these sword masters and archers are running away. It's a very frustrating thing to be a dwarf and fighting an elf, because as soon as an elf wants to run away, they will, and they'll be away from you. You're not catching up to them. Especially, you know, you play many games like Warhammer Total War. It's a big problem playing as the dwarves. Like, the moment you win a battle and you're trying to chase down the enemy army on the campaign map, they're just bolting. They're gone. You do, unless you've got your little helicopters to chase them on down, your infantry's not getting them. Maybe slayers sometimes, but that ain't gonna happen too much. Coming on around here, yeah. So good. Zulu has captured that area, and it's looking up, especially if the Guardians just take more of that punishment. Crossbows still have their ammo. Kindred opening up in response to the Blacklocks. Okay, yeah, definitely. Shred those Blacklocks. You'd want the Watchers doing that, though, to be honest, rather than the Kindred. Kindred are more for... Ooh, shooting these Blackwatch Engineers in the back, though. Sorry, not Blackwatch Engineers, Blackwatch Legion. Blacklock Engineers, Blackwatch Legion. Yeah, dearie me. But yeah, no, I never really saw like how effective that is, because you can just, you know, you can shoot through that area. But yeah, no. As I say, I really think like Ahmed's Kindred should have been over there defending that area. We've still got the Kindred here now. Oh crap, they've used up their ammo. Ooh, no. Okay, that changes things a bit. What the hell did they use? They must have accidentally been on fire. Well, I don't know. Unless there's some way to pull out your swords, like, because usually, you know, of course you give them a melee attack, but they won't pull out their swords until they actually get into melee. But yeah, hey, maybe I'm just a dumb boomer that doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway, Warriors of Khazad, still 7 of them. All the banner carriers are still alive. Zulu's still got a decent force, but he needs to go get that ram, because you need to keep up the pressure, dude. Your boys are dying over on the other side. Yeah, just grab that ram, keep on pushing around. Get some pressure on the other side. 74 for 68. Jeepers. Blade Master's there. Coming in the back. That's fun. I like that. Ahmed sort of brought them all the way around here. Quick little charge into their backs. I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, I think Blade Masters, Galadron Blade Masters have a great little charge value on them, so they will tear those people apart. The Imladris Guardians will be enough to stop them though. Kindred moved over to that position I talked about earlier, opening up on those crossbowmen. But we've actually engaged them now. This is where I probably just wouldn't have engaged. You've still got your crossbows. You can sit and just do the damage with that. In addition to that, the Blackwatch Legion are just kind of being used as basic infantrymen here, which they can do, and their armor piercing, it's great. Their armor I was so glad they became armor piercing. But they're the highest mass unit in the game at 10 mass. They can throw these dwarves around, and I would be willing to hold back those Blackwatch Legion for just a little bit. And you've even got a catapult, yeah. The defenders are being so passive that I would just sit and shoot them. Oh, that's a good arm on those guys, actually. Holy smokes. Just dropped a few of the catapult gang. Okay. A few more. So many of those jabs are going to go... Yeah, you can see all these jabs went straight into that catapult. So yeah, they were lucky there. But they're open now to it. But those woodland protectors are out now. Ooh, okay. Kindred, though. Kindred are shredding them. Yeah. You can't run away. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do here, Bilbo. Well, what you might want to just do is get your boys off that and run. Yeah, just get them off that catapult and run behind here. 4 guys, you lose. Oh, you can use those catapults with 2 guys left. I thought you had to use 3. Oh well, good. Yeah, I thought it was 3 man per artillery piece. So only... Ooh, 1 more down there. He's a powerful dwarf there, pushing it. Surely not. They've got to give up one of those now. I don't know. Oh, well, they're still taking kindred fire. I don't know much about art. I don't use it. Pushing uphill now with these pikes. It's not like a very aggressive slope, so their pikes will still be quite effective. But yeah, up against these elves, parrying away those hits, is going to be doing quite a good job. Do we have elite units? Dragon Slayers are coming on forward with their armor piercing up against Lindon and a lot of these wood elf guys. It's not going to be too good. Rangers coming on down for Lindon. Marines. Swordmasters now. Elven Swordmasters. I often think they're an elite unit in their own right. Oh, we have actually... The Kindred have received fire here. That's a good shout from... well, anything really. Orc Hunters have come over here. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, the Orc Hunters are going to be more effective here. How are we doing with a push on this side? Looks like we're just... Are we not? No, we are. We are. It's just... It's not super fast. We're taking fire and all the while towers in the inside here. That's good. Ahmed is using these Lothlorien archers to just activate these towers. Just little by little. It matters. Especially on this smaller unit scale. Just a handful of dead dwarves is a big deal. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of something. I guess, like, that does change the game a bit. Because we're on a smaller unit scale, the towers are actually more effective than they normally are. Because it doesn't matter what scale you're on, the towers are still going to kill the same amount of people. They're still going to fire as frequently. So, yeah, no, maybe that is something to consider. Pikes pushing in still. Ooh, yeah, they're gaining some good ground. Rangers having to be sent on to melee. It's Marines. Damn, dude. Like, Lothlorien Swordmasters are there, but Blade Masters. If I was Lindon, I'd consider sending my Blade Masters in. Oh, Swordmasters getting shot now by the crossbows. Yeah, it's just the thing with newer players. Like, they just kind of they think that just because, well, no, I'm not going to like insult anybody's intelligence here, but a lot of time new players, they think we're behind our lines, we're safe. But you're not, because yeah, you're just out in the open like that. So he has sent them on in, which is good. They are actually going to be safer in the front line than they will be outside of it. Same for these Blade Masters, they need to get stuck on in. They took a quick volley there, one of them dropped, but they got in quite quick. Lothlorien Archers there from Zat. He's going to be able to find something to shoot at, I'm sure. Orc Hunters, though, it's the overwhelming amount of Dwarven Archers, though, that's going to be a big issue. We don't have anything left in reserve out here. No. We do not. Everything that they've got here is stuck in. Oh dear. Cat just snored. Cute boy. Yeah, Orc Hunters opening up. Kindred now being sent on in, but really quite low on numbers, those Kindred. Taking a lot of crossbow fire. They're really out in the open on this slope here. It's a good shot these guys have. Yeah, you're going to need to like push yourself deep into that force before you really want to get stuck in. Blacklock Engineers have actually used up their ammo. We didn't see them do that. But no, they'll be decent enough in a melee fight. They are solid guys. What we got? Kindred actually, Ahmed's Kindred are standing out front. So they do have their bows out. They didn't use up all their ammo. I don't know why the 3rd Legion have stopped from Zulu. They need to move. Don't know what they're chilling out for. Where's the Khazad doing there? And the 3rd Legion Infantry, just, relaxing. Just, hey, dude, I respect the hustle. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. They'll drop them. They'll drop them very nicely. Yeah, we've seen the Watchers of the Golden Wood opening up on these Orc Hunters, and it's not a bad target to go for, because those Orc Hunters, as I say, even when they do use up their ammo, they're decent enough in a melee engagement to kind of think that this is worth it. The General is actually amongst one of these forces of Orc Hunters. There he is. So, okay, no, I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all, really. But, I don't know what I would go for instead. Maybe the Pikes? Yeah, maybe the Pikes. They've broken here. So all of those elite units were not enough to deal with it. And they are falling on back. Or, well, we're routing now. This is not really a controlled retreat. And now it's mainly down to Ahmed. These Blade Masters here, they need to get moved out of the way of that door so the door can close. There is this unit of Guardians from Ahmed waiting for action. They do have some archers up here. Oh yeah, these are the Watchers opening up. That's Zat's Watchers. Some Lordland archers from Zat again. But it's largely down to Ahmed and his forces. But he's got to deal with both the Khazad attack from that side and, oh dear. Yes, these archers opening fire straight up and over. Just don't hold fire, dude. Like, this is such a killing field. The final position on Dale. So, you know, move your guys from here. Get them here. And yeah, when the enemy push through, just same again, blast them. Oh, that's another reason. You might want to hold your fire here so that you can actually blast open this wall. That can be great, because if you do, I do find that when the attackers do actually manage to get 2 entrances in here, it's over. The defenders cannot hold up against that. Noldor and Blade Masters, everything's just standing in the gateway. Get it away. You know, well, maybe this could be the thing. Like, sometimes on these longer battles, the defenders will just leave the gate open so that the attackers don't have to mess around with a ram and shit. But in all honesty, I think this actually works out better for the defenders, because they're letting them in straight away, and instead of basically allowing the attackers to attack at the same time on both entrances. You know, had they just waited on that side, then that would give more time for Zulu to grab his ram and move all the way to the gate. But by leaving that gate open, they've tempted the attackers to come in, and it means that they can deal with one attacker at a time. Well, one side of an attack at a time. I don't know if that's their thinking. They might just be being nice. You know, that's very possible too. But I like to keep all options open. Kindred there, doing an elite unit to counter them. Still some Blacklocks. Oh, that is... oh, that must be Lindon's general. He's been fighting for a long time. He's very bloody. There's a few Blacklocks remaining. They're good in the fight. Yeah, great. Fantastic. Yeah, you're seeing... So, Zat's got his archers in a nice little position. Really nice, actually. And they're just shredding perfectly in there. It's fire damage. The Witchron Pikes are, you know, they're Angmar orcs, which are a bit more grizzled, a bit more stubborn than the orcs of Mordor or the Misty Mountains, but still they're gonna run away if they're too badly threatened. Watch the Golden Wood. You guys opening up? No, they're holding their focus for now. That's where we've got the general for Zat. Down here, Barrow Whites is still, you know, relatively healthy, coming forward. Although this gate actually ended up closing, they captured it, they didn't destroy it. Trolls of Angmar still doing okay. And yeah, it's the Orc Hunters. The Gwathi Meridain, there's pretty dandy too. I don't know, the balance of power is very in favour of the attackers right now. I don't feel it though. I really don't. I don't feel that. I think the defenders. Oh, saying that, there's so many dwarves on the other side, aren't there? Zulu's really screwing around here. Just push up the blooming. I don't know. It might be getting bugged around. And to be honest, I think Ahmed is screwing with him. Yeah, you need to get everything forward so that if they do run out at you, you can kill them. Which he's doing that now, which is fair enough. But it's just the ram is getting perplexed for a bit. Lornan Swordmaster's coming in to block this up. Watchers opening up? No, they're shuffling around. Relying a lot on the Imladris skill and also the just sturdy armor of those Witch Realm Pikes. Speaking of sturdy armor, though, the ghostly armor of the Barrow Whites is going to be quite useful when they do get up there. Orc Hunters still trying to use up their ammo, but I just don't see another. Yeah, they could slip around there. They could slip around and jump on that wall. definitely. I'd do that. Because the Dragon Slayers are here. The Imladris Guardians are there. And yeah, maybe what I would want to do is get the Gwathi Myrdain here, blast that, and then try and rush around and get that wall. Because Ahmed's been really... He's just been a bit too passive on this end, and I think the boys need his support over here. And he needs to send something to shore up that defense, to stop the enemy from doing that, to stop the attackers from slipping around him. But at the same time, he wants everything here ready to hold back the dwarves, which he arguably needs. It's a thought. That's Erebor's general drop now. He was fighting Lothlorien, Lorenan Swordmasters for some time, so I'm not too surprised that he's bit the bullet. Oh dear, wavering from the pikes. Yeah, you want to get those barrow wights on him now. They're coming up now. No more rangers though. This is actually usually where you see rangers get used, I think. Usually positioning them here is the best place in Dale for rangers, because you get a shot on their, well, you get shot on their left side. It's a pain in the ass, of course, that it's the left side, but still, you know, it's such a big clump that you end up usually getting developing here. So you know, it's not too bad. What have we got? Bashing in this way now. Still Mithril guards, still guards of Khazad, and gonna be, you know, they're really gonna need the elite elves to stop that. Firing in on them now. This is definitely the much better use of your ammo. Trolls have come on running forward, trying to, it looks like they're maybe going to try and interrupt those archers, but even just breaking, you know, just doing a quite line break there. Gwathi Myrdain push through, none of them have died yet. Lorenan archers still opening up, some of them are unfortunately firing up and over there. Okay, good. Right, well you see, unfortunately this is kind of the worst thing, worst target they could have gone for. The Watchers of the Golden Wood should butcher those Trolls of Angmar. I would have preferred to maybe have gone for the Lorenan archers myself. Saying that though, they're doing some good work. Holy smokes. Am I going to eat my... Surely I'm not going to eat my words. Like, the Watchers of the Golden Wood should rip him apart. Yeah, they are now. Good. Last guy just coming on in. But I would have come in to smash them up instead. Because they're the ones that are actually firing right now. The Watchers of the Golden Wood weren't. But I guess he wanted to just stop them. Even then, like, maybe it's not a case of killing them. Maybe it's a case of just stopping them from firing. Because if they did start to open up, that would change things. I'm trying to speak over the Dwarven announcer there who's just trying to shout over me. God damn. Swordmasters coming in to stop these Axe Guard and 3rd Legion Infantry. Oh, Lorenan archers just trying to wait for something. I don't know, man. Don't know what you got to wait for right now. Kindred there. Yeah, no, the attackers are starting to pull through here now. And now that the dwarves arrived, they've got pikes there, they've got elite dwarven units. The swordmasters are good, but they're not good enough. Even with the towers sort of constantly rattling away. Kindred, you can get up. Nah, they can't. Like, where's a good place? Maybe here? I don't think that would be good enough though. I'm just trying to find a good shot to shoot into those dwarves. But even then, maybe the Kindred could just run around here and take this position, start opening up. That's the last of the... Oh wow, his animations. His head like swallowed up inside of his body in order to fit the skeleton of that animation. But now you need to open up. Good, they're reloading now. I would, if I was Ahmed, I would get the Kindred around there to start opening up. I don't, like, you won't win, but you'll kill a good chunk more. Oh, guys getting thrown about. Dwarves getting yeeted there. Some Lorenan archers rushing on forward now. Yeah, good. Watchers just powering into them now. We've only got about 1,000 frames left, just so everybody knows. Don't want anybody to get like suddenly shocked by it. Okay, yeah, Orc Hunter's trying to find a shot, but it's just... Yeah, you can now. Just flood on forward, like get her inside. I guess the archers are in your way, but yeah, good. The Kindred are coming around trying to get up on that wall, or maybe they're not. Don't know what they're up to. Dwarves are there. Lorenan archers. Yeah, it's kind of at the point where I'd just fire at will. Like if I couldn't make them shoot anything, I would just make them shoot at whatever they wanted. Swordmasters there getting swallowed up. Yeah, I think that is that. What did we end up with there? Yeah, 87. As I mentioned in the last battle, anything over 85% is generally pretty good for me. You know, if I'd love, God, I would love to have my channel be nothing but but down to the wire battles, but that would just, yeah, it's not possible. So that's all there is to it. Like, anything over 85% is close enough for me. It's something I enjoy. And anything over 80% really is pretty solid. So what do I think could have been done differently there? Like, this was a bunch of new players on all sides. So that's all there is to it. And I'll probably pause it. Yeah, I'll pause it now, just so we don't... Oh, I'll go to 0.1 speed, just so we don't have the big replay ended thing in front of us. What could have been done differently? I think Ahmed could have used his exceptional archers here. You know, that's kind of the whole thing about Lothlorien. Lothlorien's a tough faction for newer players. Really tough faction for newer players. So I think it was a good show from the boys that they did that. Lindon, to be honest, I think... oh, crap. Oh, well, should have done that earlier. Anyway, it's not too much of an issue. Lindon can be a good faction for newer players, but it's risky just because of how fragile your guys are. So it was tough. It was tough factions to play on the defense, totally. But had the Kindred been used here, had the Watchers of the Golden Wood been used here, and then had all the archers been used, had their ammunition used here, I think that Zulu would have been rip and pieced. Like, he wouldn't have been able to push through there. So that's part of it for sure. 88% to 96. They would have got another percentage worth of kills. There was a lot of elite units, I think, so it's fair enough. Then yeah, like, usually that's what I think about this area. Just defend that area with your freaking life, and then, like, don't worry about fighting as you fall back, because the whole thing is, once you fall back from this position, the northern attackers have free reign to come in and stab the guys in the back here. So you really have to fight tooth and nail for it, and only fall back after they've fallen back from here. Yeah, other things for the defenders. I love that they did try to defend the outer wall. Like, I really, it's something that does make me sad about Dale, that just the defenders usually say, right, see it, you know, and just don't do anything with the outer wall. And in a 5v3, it doesn't surprise me. It's tough in a 5v3, but in a 4v3, I usually would appreciate it. And I think it's just kind of down to the lower unit sizes that made that really difficult for the defenders to you know, pull that off. But all in all, you know, a few little misplays, but everybody was mucking about. You know, it was just a new player battle, really. I like to think that I pointed out enough during it to hopefully teach some people, or at least give some people an idea. And I'm sure that everybody would appreciate a comment. If there is anything you spotted that's like, I think that X should have done Y, try to keep it civil, of course, but I'm sure that people always do appreciate some guidance from the more veterans or vigilant among us. But yeah, all in all, not so bad. Army compositions, good from everybody, really, apart from, as I say, maybe one less archer from Angmar, one less archer from the Dwarves, but, you know, it's not a big deal. No cavalry from anybody, risky. As I say, for an attacker, I would have really recommended grabbing a unit of Hammer Guard just to defend everybody from any cavalry that came out. But to be honest, yeah, because Lindon, we've seen Lindon's cav are an absolute menace. You get one unit of Hammer Guard, they're rip in peace, they're gone. Sure, man. You know, they ain't gonna be able to do anything. They're gonna be able to jab the heck out of that Hammer Guard, but at least then, you know, you're not getting your units jabbed. You're not, you know. But hey, no, I liked it. So sorry about that, guys. Well, I mean, you know, it's no ending battle, and it was a bit of a weird one, but hopefully everybody enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.